What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Uncle Greg, back at it with another episode of Something Out of Nothing. Believe episode number 8. So let's get into these picks for this upcoming weekend games. And also, before we get into that, notes from week 3 that just blew my mind. Or I felt were noteworthy. So let's get right into them. Starting off with the notes, the Bills almost slipping up against the Miami Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. They did not cover the spread. I have a family pick 'em, and I think there was 11 and a half. I thought they were going to get it easy. Miami Dolphins looked like a mess going in that game, and they held tough. I think Buffalo ended up winning by 10, outscoring them 17-7 in the second half. But what can you do? Can't be perfect. So Bills got the W, but not impressively. Carolina blowing out Atlanta 30-0. Did not see that coming as well. I'm glad I did not go against Carolina in the survivor pool because that would have been devastating. Did not see 30-0 happening at all. Thought Carolina was one of the worst teams in the league. I thought Atlanta was definitely at least top 15. And I don't know what's going on with that. This performance that they just put out. Their defense is pretty solid, so not sure what happened. Cleveland getting the upset over Green Bay. They kept it close enough. The very end, got the dub. Green Bay, what's going on? Offense looks stagnant. Maybe Cleveland's Browns defense is just that real. We'll see what happens as the season continues for both of them. Minnesota steamrolling Cincinnati 48-10. I know Jake Browning is the backup right now in Cincinnati, but I did not see a steamrolling like that. Like, whoa. Minnesota took care of business. Handled it. Philly getting a block field goal and then returning it for a touchdown. Just as like a cherry on top. Which is sad because, in my opinion, I believe the Rams were able to kick many field goals throughout the game, but couldn't execute on the very last one. What's going on with their red zone numbers? Why aren't they able to get in the end zone? Sean McVay, let's see if you can improve those numbers. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts rolling with 41 points over Tennessee. Daniel Jones keeps on dealing. Jonathan Taylor got in the action this week. A couple touchdowns. Indianapolis looking like a real player. Chargers get an ugly win. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I have them atop my top rankings, and a lot of people are going to be like, well, they played really whatever against the Broncos. I'm going to tell you right now, they shouldn't have won that game against the Broncos. The Broncos had many chances to win that game, and they didn't. And those games that you aren't supposed to win, like you probably should have lost, and you end up winning anyways, that's the mark of a good team. You find ways to win no matter what. And all credit to them. Broncos, defense looks good. Offense, Bo Nix, not looking like he finished last year. So I was thinking he would continue with that momentum. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. Bite the balloon on that one. Seattle smashing New Orleans 44-13. I thought Seattle was okay, but putting up that many points, executing like that. I don't care what other people say, like, oh, it's this team, it's that team. They're all NFL teams, and you can say going into the week, oh, they should beat them. You still got to go out there and play. And so for Seattle to do that, that's why they moved up in my top 10. And then they go out and on a Thursday night game. I think it's hard to judge teams on Thursday nights, but still got it done because it's a short week, not as much time to study. Um, but they got the dub. Chicago embarrassing the Dallas defense, 31-14. It looked like Caleb uh, Williams' best outing so far. Um, I don't know what's going on with Dallas. I thought they were a pretty good team, scoring a bunch of points. Couldn't do it with Chicago. So the inconsistency, I guess you get that a lot when you have a first-time head coach. So I guess it's something to expect. And the Detroit Lions taking down Baltimore Ravens in prime time, 38-30. Not only was it a win for Detroit, like I felt like it was a double win because their offense looked hella good. Like they didn't look that good against Green Bay. They recouped and bounced back the last couple weeks. So didn't think they would be good without Ben Johnson. The creativity didn't seem there, but what was I wrong in this game? Detroit looked hella good, and maybe they're the same Detroit as last year. We'll see. But now let's get into these week 4 picks. And before I start into that, last week was terrible. Oh my god, terrible, terrible, terrible. Let's tell you what I did. Um, I went 8-8 in the picks, like just straight up money line picks, telling you this or that. And then for the spread, like ooh, spread is bad. I went 3-12-1. 3-12-1 last week. 3 correct on the spread, 12 wrong, 1 push. There's a lot of big numbers right now, and usually you rock with whatever team's getting those big numbers because it's hard for favorites to cover those. Like, it just usually you take the points. And I felt like the last couple weeks it's flopped. Like, favorites have covered, and then I'm like, but I'm taking the underdogs, and then I go favorites one week, and then the underdogs win. It's like I'm trying to put my finger on it, and once I put my finger on it, I'll play catch up because right now I'm 35-13, and with my picks on the just a picking, no money line, no spread. I mean no spreads, but money lines 35-13. For the spreads, 8-20-1. Not good, not good at all. But let's get into these week 4 picks. Week 4 picks. So for the first game, I took Thursday. I had Seattle, got the dub, and then Seattle -1. I believe they won by like a field goal, a couple points, at least 2. They covered. So starting off hot, starting off 1-0 on both sides. So let's get into the games for Sunday. The first one going on in Ireland, I believe. Minnesota taking on Pittsburgh. I think the win will be Minnesota, but it's going to be a close game. And I think you take Pittsburgh plus 2.5. I think they could win by 1, or Minnesota may win by 1 too. I think the overseas games are pretty hard to predict. A lot of points can be scored. No points can be scored. So I think either way, it's going to be a closely contested game. I know they got their backup in Minnesota, Carson Wentz. I'm not too sure what injury happened to the starter, but we'll see what happens. That's my pick for that game. Next up, Washington Commanders taking that pick, and then the -1.5 going with Washington as well. I'm gonna start shooting these out rapid just to get this quicker and going. Buffalo Bills taking that pick, and I'm taking the 16.5 points. That's a lot of points, but I think they're about to embarrass the New Orleans Saints. Next up, Detroit taking the pick on the pick'em, but Cleveland is going to be able to keep that game close. You take those 9 points. Following that, I think Carolina's going to get the dub. Also, Carolina plus 5.5. Just take that. Following that, I got Philadelphia getting this win for the pick, but spread-wise, we go in Tampa Bay 3.5. I think Tampa Bay has a chance of winning the game, but if they lose, I don't think it's going to be more than by 3 points. Next game, Houston. Houston's going to get this win, pick 'em wise, and then for the spread, -7, taking them as well. After that, we got the Indianapolis Colts, rocking with them for the pick. Then I'm going with them on the spread, plus 3.5. Next up, Baltimore beating the Chiefs. Next up for the spread, Baltimore -2.5 as well. So taking Baltimore on both sides of that. Following that, we got Green Bay. Got the Green Bay pick. and the -7. Following that, I'm rolling with Miami. I know I've talked a lot of mess about them. I'm going to rock with Miami against the Jets on Monday night. We got a doubleheader. But before I give you the next pick, I'm also rolling with Miami -2.5. Sorry about that. Got a little dry mouth. For the last pick of the week, rocking with Denver and Denver -7.5. Let's see if I can improve these picks. I wanted to shoot them off a little rapid just to get these videos a little quicker. I know I've picked a little long. So it's a process. We're going to get this going. We're going to get this rolling. But for now, those are my picks. Those are my notes from week 3. Let's take a look at these games on week 4 on Sunday. And I'll be back some reporting, talking about what I saw and my top 10. All right, you guys. Till next time.